No, actually 9 years without a plotter. And I got a plotter, and it's like my best friend. It's an employee, no benefits, no health care. They show up on time every day, and you keep extra pieces, so if something goes wrong, you just replace it. It's like 2-year-old turbo squeegee. It's the simplest squeegee you can use, and it's really all you need, as long as you can get the right grip on it. I take those little white handles off. Durable, it's polyurethane, so you can sand the edge if it does get kind of gritty. One of those soon. Tint is actually a sponsor of mine. If you guys are gonna start a business and you want a software for scheduling and stuff, it's $100 a month. It's cheaper than the software that I'm using now and has more features. Just look into it. We'll do a little demo on that. Great for when you're running a business. Literally, you know the contact forms that you fill out on a website? They have contact forms that you put on your website. You submit it, it goes to their app. It populates their information in the customer retention database. So they're already in the software, you don't have to enter it. And then you can reply from within TintWiz with an estimate and have references back and forth for years to go on, to look back on. It's absolutely awesome. If you bend it this way, it'll just bend. There's only a score on this side, so you have to bend it away from the side that's bent. That's kind of like... Questions? None? You guys are ready to go, huh? Yeah, cool. All right, guys, let's lift up. I'm gonna move some cars around so that they're over here, and we'll get started. Push it into the last, kind of like it was outside dowel. See how I pop it in the center? Same in the back. You should hold it on the front door as low as possible, but you want to keep it curved with the glass. This is extremely flat, so nothing popped up there.
Wow,
nothing.
Brand new, 2020. Like we go to like, all right, we're gonna start tinting now, right? So we start practicing. We return it like chunks out of the gasket. Just a big learning curve.
When I started training, I had this crappy Infinity. It was a G37. Bought the car for like $3,000, and I would use it to train people how to tint. And this kid took the razor and he just like cut the whole rubber off. I was like, bro, this is my car. Not my only car, but it was like, you know, it was my beater. I was just like, oh man. And then he did it again on the next one. I was like, I got rid of the car, man. But yeah, let's not do that to these rentals. You guys get the process?
I'm a little lost. But
yeah. You lost?
I'm a little lost.
What are you lost on? So you line up the film?
Because it seems like everybody here already has some type of experience of doing tinting. I'm straight. I haven't done it before.
99% of my trainees have never touched film before. Right. Yeah.
So I never touched the film.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching videos.
Well, so you got to touch it, and you'll get it.
Whenever I first started, like having a list, all right, leading edge, then going to different, because it's all confusing. You're like, wait, what do I do? But if you have it all written down, you're like, okay, this, and you just over and over, and it's stuck.
So line up the bottom edge, mount it in place. Cut the front edge, and you lift it up and shift it forward. I'll guide you.
It's a lot to remember.
It's so simple, but it's so exact that it's just like you can't miss a step. So let's get to it. Or maybe after you shifted it, did you cut it after you shifted it?
Yeah.
So after you
shifted it, then I cut it from this side. I don't think I shifted it back.
Did you cut this front again after you shifted it?
No. First I cut it, then I shifted it, then I cut it from this side, but I did not shift it back.
You don't have to shift it back after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, practice squeegeeing it out. Then after you squeegee it out, and just
or I didn't enough.
Maybe you didn't shift it enough. Yeah. Practice squeegeeing it out.
Yeah.
See how it goes, and then after you squeeze it out, get it nice and laid out. Pull it off, and practice again.
This is for all the karma times that you've thrown it at me.
You've done this before?
I was here at the last class.
Jimmy was here plenty. Jimmy's always here.
See the tint? Kind of like bubbly?
Yeah, that.
What about like over here? See?
Because it wasn't shifted, and that's from the pressure of the blade putting like a little crease in it. So that's typically behind the rubber there. So if you had that proper shift, you wouldn't even see that have to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall?
Other than the shift, slight overhang on the top. Too hot. Yeah. Like if I ran my hand over here, I'd cut my hand wide open. Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, just a little gap. Aside from that,
So how you feeling about the process so far?
I'm still trying to get used to this thing. Still, my first time, trying to get used to it. But it's going good so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, a little bit more of a round on that edge.
Yep.
And maybe practice cutting that angle. This is a hard angle to cut. It's a weird angle for your first time doing it. Aside from that, it's about 70%.
Tomorrow, what we doing? Like the windshield?
We're gonna do mostly back windows. We'll do some windshields too to kind of practice shrinking.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like back.
Back and front. So we have the 2 SUVs. I'm gonna try to get another car here by tomorrow morning. We'll see what happens with that because of the snow. Saturday, another passenger car. So we have a car, back window, 2 of them. But aside from that, we have all the windshields that you guys can practice shrinking on, which is the same exact thing as shrinking the back window.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna focus a lot on the back windows tomorrow. Quarter glass windows. We'll touch on the windshield strips a little bit. And then on the last day, kind of focus on what you guys really need to work on. But I really want to teach you guys a full windshield. We just can't tint one windshield too many times because the water drips. And then even if you use a soak shield, we could fry out a computer on the car if we tint it too many times consecutively. But the back windows we can tint a million times in a row. Windshields, back windows. Yeah. I'm shocked, guys. I don't know about you. I got 3 hours of sleep.
I'll do in a Tesla.
What was that?
I'll do in Tesla.
You want to do it? Yeah. How you doing over there?
Feeling better.
You gonna sleep on it?
Yeah.
Come in tomorrow?
Yeah. Definitely, take about 3 or 4 hours on a YouTube channel.
Put in window film, the year, make, model, so they have all that to 2022. Make sure you have extra material on the front and the rear. Line up the bottom edge with no light gaps. It's all about those little tiny details. Keep your hand like that. Remember when you put it on, yellow turbo squeegee. Squeegee from front to back, front to back. After you roll it up, down, your yellow turbo. You see that starts to bend there? So no higher than right here. You got a little bubble there, see it? You gotta have an eye for that. When you walk past the window, no matter if you're done, you should always be looking at them, and you'll be able to see stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna do a demo on shrinking and installing the back window on this Nissan Sentra. The first thing you do when you're gonna tint the back window, obviously if you're tinting the full car, you're gonna wipe the outside of all the windows, right? The first thing we're gonna do is apply the dryer sheet to the outside of the back window to give us a substrate to shrink on. We got a tank here, not mine, but I might steal it. Dryer sheet. With the new bounce dryer sheets, you gotta soak them up a lot. The solution that's in the dryer sheet is a lot more thick now for some reason, I've noticed. So soak it up a lot, like so. Get it kind of dry, apply it to the window like so. Now if you squeeze it enough and you get the majority of the water out before you apply it, it'll dry a lot quicker. This is all going to be pushed. Now we got this down to 90% roughly. See how it's sideways? Before you get into the car, you want to have both under. Put the film down further than it needs to go so that there's a light gap on the top. You want to go straight up, it's because that's like this. That on. Shrink a back window after it's cut out.
Oh, after. Ooh.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? What?
I got
You guys shrunk it in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
You talking about after shrinking on, right?
Saying 2.
30 yeah, I'd say 3 minutes.
30 minutes?
3 minutes.
After I cut it.
Shrinking?
I'll do
Like-
53 seconds.
53 seconds. All right.
I'll say around 10 minutes.
To what? Shrink it?
Yeah. That's a lot.
2 minutes, I could say
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
I said 3.
Just shrink.
You got 3?
I got 3.
All right, don't include this, obviously. I gotta
No.
cut
No,
the
I'm
material
good.
out.
Say a minute and a half.
Minute and a half?
Shrink and install?
I'll say
No, just shrink
No,
it.
shrink it.
Just shrink it.
2 minutes.
So what do we got? What are they guessing?
Shrink?
53 seconds.
53 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I got a minute.
I would say 2 minutes.
I got a minute 15. 1:15? Minute 45. Minute 45. Oh, you changed your bed now?
Yeah, I went down a little lower now.
Fast time goes.
Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
That's so fast.
What are we at? 2 minutes?
No, don't say nothing.
And that's it.
2 minutes, 8 seconds.
I won.
2 minutes?
2 minutes, 8 seconds.
I was the closest.
Damn.
I won't.
What is it? Think how long that all four of us
I'm
took
so
to shrink
disappointed
it.
in you.
Right? I did the camera in how long?
The camera, I think, was a minute and a half.
This was a little sticky though because the more you redo the drag sheet on top of
Yeah.
itself, it gets really tacky.
I just lost 20 bucks because of you, Sean.
Nesta, where's my money?
So, you can line the top edge up here right now. Film. Don't even put any tape. Put the tape here. I think this thing's dying. Take a one of the 3.5-inch squeegees, prop it up underneath here so you have that lifted up. Okay. And then you can take the material. Oh wow. Yeah, you cut it right there. I'll get you the other piece. So TintWiz is a customer management software for window tinters. Like you book an appointment, you put them in there. It's a scheduling software. It sends them notifications when they have an appointment, like the day before, confirmations. Keeps track of all your customers in one place. You can see and look back on history of what people had done. You make invoices. You can collect payments in there. It's literally an all-in-one for a business for window tinting. It's pretty cool.
How much to charge?
It's $100 a month, unlimited users. So you could have all your employees if you get big, sign up for it. And that's what usually software start at, $100 a month. It's hard because I had already established such a large database. So for me to transition, it takes some time. But once you export your customers and import them back in there, and then if there's a feature that you feel like should be there, you tell them and they'll make it in like a month. Also, what else is there? You can set estimates. Like say that, you know, you have like lead forms on websites, and you fill out your info on what you want done. You can, that goes right into the TintWiz app, and then you can reply to that request with the customer's information directly through TintWiz, and it keeps track of like the interaction with you and the customer. So you send them an estimate, like say they want standard window film on a full sedan, and then you give them a bunch of different options. They have the option to click on what they want, and it gives you the approval, and then you can set up the appointment. It's really cool. It's all automated.
Yeah, let's stay. We're gonna do an all-nighter.
All-nighter?
All of these cars have to be tinted. I got 8 hours.
And it typically leaves specks or contamination in the film. So we're gonna use clean distilled water. These are $1 a gallon, so I just pick a bunch up every week. The watch when I trick that latch, sometimes the latch will close, but it won't close all the way. You wanna make sure you get that full click and the window does move. If there's a rock chip, it won't affect you shrinking the film. When out, you can take the film, spray the window up, spray the film up. Let's get this bottom down first. I'll do one more hard pass. I'll pop the corner up. You guys watch this. Kind of cross it. So make sure we have all the edges overlapping. It doesn't have to be an extremely tight roll, but you do want the bottom to be as straight as possible. You don't want it going sideways down to the corner. This is going to absorb any of the water that drips down the windshield. Oil change stickers will keep for the customer. Hold it. I'll move the mirror. So we're going to peel this liner off. Hold that off of the car. Wet shrinking. You want to see that shrink happen.
Again, like I said, hands-on anywhere you can't beat.
Yeah, basically learning on YouTube, it's hard to like learning online.
Because you can really, you know what I mean, you can explain it perfect to a T.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna answer my question as in, hey, where do I need to go better? Or
just
where
like when I did in-depth demos for you guys and stuff, and then you went to go do it yourself, and it's just like
Right.
Where do I start?
Well, we would have went through probably, if you think about it, we probably would have went through double the amount of film that we went through here at home.
Yeah.
And triple. Yeah, that cost.
Which wasn't really bad. We only went through about 300 feet of material, which is a lot.
It?
But between all of us.
But all of us, that's not
Probably maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
But still not horrible.
The way you go about it, where it's like, all right, cool, let's talk about it, and then you do the check on learning, where it's just like, hey, what's the next step? Retain the information that you're putting out. So that's the biggest plus. You know what I mean? Is the check on learning. Are you really retaining what I'm saying? And if you don't know the answer, somebody does know the answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then all right, cool. Let's put a checklist together. Got something to go back to. You know what I mean? So
You guys have those, right?
Yeah.
Those laminated things.
We just need one for the.
I'm gonna make one for the back window and I'll send it to you guys.
I looked around.
It's worth it, you know.
Trust me, I looked around, and thank God you're right here.
Yeah, you're the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to go to Chicago or something.
Yeah, I was.
Because there's not really much people out there doing things like this in Kentucky.
I don't think a lot of people know about the classes. Like, is there a teacher to teach tints? I don't think a lot of people.
Well, the whole thing is legitimacy of them. You know what I mean? Like that's why I made the channel to like make myself present to share the information, and then now I can do the classes. I don't make much money off of it after you consider material and time. But me giving the knowledge to you guys to potentially build a business, and then I have that reputation of giving that to you so that you can build it, is more valuable to me than that cha-ching noise that just went on his phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sean, I think my last topic to cover is I think that you built a really good profile of yourself. So business, like in here working and online. A lot of people like you'll see their stuff online, right? And then I'll go into whomever's shop and meet them personally, and they're not as what they were in the video. Yeah. You were a lot more.
Yeah, you're at the same thing.
Yeah. and that
videos.
That's great.
That's good.
I'm gonna be making videos on how to make Google ads and websites and stuff like that. So just look out for those. They'll be free on my YouTube.
If I didn't go on the website, I probably wouldn't have known about the school. I would say, honestly, it just is promoted a little more on YouTube. Like, hey, if you're looking to learn over here, hands-on training for 3 days, just to give them awareness, like, hey, I also do this as well. You know what I mean?
It's hard for me. It's like I run the business. We're busy as hell during the week, and for me to even make that page on a website was like days of my life. You know what I mean?
Is everybody on Facebook? I was gonna say we can start like an Insta or a Facebook Messenger like group chat
amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be cool.
My whole goal is to hire enough people to be able to manage the business and let it run. Detailing. To find a window tinter is really hard to do. Yeah. That's why I say, like, as an owner, do the window tinting and then do the other services as a hire. To have someone work for you to do them. Compensate them well, and then you grow together as a team, rather than just being a boss and having employees that you keep around.
Yeah. You can have employees or you can have family.
Yeah.
I like that.
My best friend.
Hell yeah.
So what are you guys gonna do when you go back home tomorrow?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Starting work tomorrow.
He's gonna start tinting semi-trucks.
I'm gonna start practicing like crazy.
Start practicing. You got a garage.
I have a small garage for small sedans.
Pull it off to the side, and you have one side to work on.
I already have like 3 friends that want me to tint their cars.
Did you get a roll of film?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. You guys are going to pick up a plotter tomorrow.
They don't need to cut. They got a plotter already.
They're set. They're good.
Plotter, they got the film.
Like, what is cut? I don't understand.
Now I got my wife's 2 fronts. We're doing my sister's car, her husband's car.
My brother-in-law's Beamer.
Yeah, but we got a few cars to just go practice on.
Practice on,
you know what I mean? And then from there,
do it every day. At least try to tint one car every day if you can, and that'll make you learn a lot more faster. That's what I did. How many cars that I messed up?
Even if it's yours.
Learning. And I would just send them, and they would be happy. And those people still come to me from 8 years ago when I did it in my driveway. And I would message bad.
Gaskets.
I wasted like 4 rolls of films already. Practicing.
As long as you're making some money, breaking even, then the profit comes, man. What are you guys gonna do?
We have a lot of retail already. We're forced to go home and just take it over. Like,
try to book 1 car a day.
Yeah,
and just get it done. Just be like, listen, you got to drop it off in the morning. We'll have it ready for you by 5.
Yeah.
Say marketing, saying a lot more.
Be more comfortable with the installs before you go crazy with marketing, because then you'll be answering phone, booking the appointment.
Allow that one person to go and tell their friends, Instead of you
Oh,
going
yeah.
and
Word of
putting it
mouth
on your
is it.
social media
Yeah.
and advertising it, let it grow little by little before you jump out there and get more than you can handle.
Yeah.
You guys'
Sounds
shop
like we're all
seems
gonna
pretty
eat.
nice enough. So
I appreciate it.
I can only imagine if you just put an ad for Tint and you just have like 10 cars of Tint one day and you're both like, we got 3 cars of Coke. And you're not gonna know what to do.
Dynamic Tints in New Jersey does like 30 cars a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys.
All right.
Yeah, cool. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting
You just gotta finish packing your order.
Okay.
Okay. Damn. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Matt's a dog, dude.
And Jimmy. Taking a nap.